make sure everything's unmuted. Here, real quick. Just hitting a little audio reset just in case there's any glitches in the system. Hi, buddy. Thank you, Cat. Thank you. Wow. You're really helping me out. Thanks, everyone. All right. Well, today's going to be another chill one. I have... Today's going to be another chill stream. Yesterday we were playing Total War. Now we're playing Dawn of War. I wonder what next war game we're going to play, but for now this is what we're doing. Here. I won't waste any time. Let's just switch to the main menu, Sarah. Anybody joining knows what's on the agenda, on the program. All right, here we go. Oh boy. I wonder what you get. Like, I saw a forum. Well, it wasn't a forum. It was a website with mods and everything where you originally used to download Dawn of War mods. But I wonder if they're gonna modernize that system at all. Like, I wish Steam Workshop would work for it, but I don't think it will. Oh boy. Let's keep playing the normal campaign. I want to finish this story. I wonder how many more missions there are to this. Like, very, very curious how many more missions there are.
Tartarus is a...
Oh, I gotta turn down that volume for me.
Tartarus is a planet gone mad.
Right.
Over 60% of the population has fallen to the Orc forces. And what's left of the Imperial Guard are fighting a desperate losing battle to protect those that remain as they leave the planet. The traitor Imperial Guard we encountered in Louvre-Mar are not the only ones. Nearly 25% of the Guard has treacherously turned on their former comrades, forming maniacal blood cults that ambush and carve up their fellow Guardsmen. Certainly, I have seen the powers of chaos affect the minds of men, but never so many at once, and never so quickly. The Imperial Navy holds orbit, and the Blood Raven's own battle barge, the Litany of Fury, awaits a call from me to send transports to pick up all Blood Raven forces on a moment's notice. We are prepared to leave this doomed planet. But before we go, there are things we must do first. Put a stop to the forces of chaos, and destroy the Maledictum. Or die trying.
Or die trying. Freaking awesome. Dude, this is literally so freaking cool. Alright, here we go.
The universe rewards those willing to spill their life's blood for the promise of power. Sindri! What, my lord? And the traitor Imperial Guardsmen have fallen. So quickly. I expected them to last a bit longer. Some of them have betrayed our position to the Blood Ravens. They're on their way here, now. Continue chanting. I shan't be long. The circumstances you mention are divine providence, my lord. Everything is as planned. Once I dispense with this last obstacle, you will have that which we have plotted and schemed to achieve. And if the Space Marine should arrive before Providence graces us, then we shall play the good hosts and indulge them in a bloody feast. At all costs, however, keep them from interfering. This is a delicate process that cannot well afford any more interruptions. And, might I advise you, throw everything at the Blood Ravens. Everything. Their every contribution in this matter is paramount, especially when we are so close. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. Power demands sacrifice. Now you know what we fight and why. We will launch a two-prong assault against the temple with the help of several guardsman units who remain loyal to the Emperor. We must stop our adversaries from uncovering the Maledictum.
All right.
Come with me. You have new orders. We know of a hidden way into the temple. Tell no one else. It is a surprise.
My asshole librarian.
We must wrest control of the 4 relics from the vile forces of Lord Baal. We cannot stop until they are ours.
Ready to serve. The captain has gone to secure the southern flank, and left it to us to breach the main defenses. We will not fail him. Is this understood?
Ready to serve.
For the Emperor!
Alright, now I'm controlling Imperial Guardsmen.
The relics are sure to be well defended. If we cripple the Alpha Legion's infrastructure, they will be no match for our might.
But this is supposed to be the Alpha Legion? They just look like Black Legion to me. Look at my little guardsman here. Oh, okay. Just zoomed all over the planet. I get it. Oh, awesome. Low poly in all of their glory. Capture the relics. Destroy the second. Okay. To capture it. Okay, interesting. Maybe because they're just like quote-unquote supporting units. Guardsmen are a great defense force, so I don't need to worry about making Space Marines and worrying like whether or not I have enough holding back, you know? Can I not repair this as a servitor? How unfortunate. Alright. Crinkerson, hello. Hello, Crinkerson. Sorry, I was focusing on how to move my troops. Thanks for joining in on the Twitch stream. Let's see. Kind of move these guys over here. My Senor Inquisitor. Psychic attack.
In his name.
Look at these friggin' demons. Disgusting. Oh boy, oh boy. They lost a lot. Oh, so these Leman Ras don't. Oh, wait, are they repairing like naturally over time? Good on you, man. I'm a terrible commander. You a Warhammer fan in general? Yes, I am. I'm a huge Warhammer fan. And the whole Twitch channel is actually like primarily dedicated to Warhammer. Sometimes I cover different things just for the sake of variety. You know, because there's only so many Warhammer video games for me to do. But soon I want to start playing like the board game on stream. Let me think. Sorry, I paint. I paint a lot. I want to start doing that on stream. So I want to do some hobbying. I want to do some tabletop gaming, and I make lore videos on YouTube. So yeah, no, I'm a huge Warhammer fan, and that's what all my content is focused around. What about you, Crinker? Or Crinkerson? Are you like a Warhammer fan? Let's see. What's your Legion, Chapter, or Primarch of choice? Or all three? Okay. So, I think I'm going to give you a Loyalist and a Traitor option, okay? Because it's very hard for my feeble little heart to decide at times which ones I prefer more. But I think for Loyalist Legion, I'm going to go with a very careful Salamander's choice. I love the Salamanders. It's not just because of whatever trend or anything. I've always loved the Salamanders as soon as I got into the hobby. I think Vulcan is awesome. I love Vulcan and his interactions with Conrad and the whole... I like Vulcan in general and the Salamanders. I will say for my Loyalist Primarch, I think I'll also... Vulcan, I wish he had more lore, but I think I'll go Vulcan or... Ooh. Vulcan, or I am actually a big fan of Guilliman, believe it or not. Then, as for Traitor, my favorite Legion is the Night Lords, and yes, my favorite Legion is the Night Lords, and my favorite Traitor Primarch is it's difficult to think and play at the same time because we have small brain. One moment. Oh no, these Space Marines are getting eaten alive. And as for favorite trader Primarch, I'm a big fan of Perturabo. I like Perturabo. But is he my favorite? I don't know. That's difficult to say. In all honesty. Oh, that's so many Trader Space Marines. Holy shit.
The Inquisition has arrived.
My commander died? Oh yeah, he was a part of those Space Marines. I'm gonna have to like lock in a way I haven't yet. I don't know, I'll have to think on the Trader Primarch actually for a little bit, because like a part of me wants to say Angron, a part of me wants to say Perturabo. I like Mortarion is difficult sometimes. Yeah, I am. I have some models like 2K points of Heresy Fist, but I just love the lore so much. It's so interesting. That is so sick, dude. I'm a huge fan of Warhammer. I totally get it. I think the lore is amazing. It's how I started out in the hobby for a really, really long time. It was just about the lore. It was so fascinating to me. And still is fascinating to me. I absolutely adore it. What's your favorite faction? Or what's your favorite legion? In fact, you can answer either of those questions, or both. I think my forces are too split up. I'm trying to like divide and conquer. I just gotta collect everybody. And go to one point. Oh my gosh, this... Oh, my head. I don't have a gun. Let's see here. Let's get a listening post up. Let's get a listening post up. I've forgotten a lot of the basics. Heavy weapon increase. Yes, please. I need another servitor. Yeah, I just listened to a bunch of podcasts and videos mainly. Just recently got into the books. Oh yeah, what books have you been reading? I've only read 2. Is that accurate? It's more like 1.5 if I'm being really honest, because like, yeah, I never did finish that second one. I got distracted. That tends to happen with me and reading a lot.
Reporting for duty, sir.
I also recently just bought a omnibus of the whole Gaunt's Ghost series, and I'm so excited to start reading that. I think Imperial Fist's Legions. I like turtle playstyle. Very nice. And they were just the goats on Terra. 100% agree. And Fave Primarch is tough, but it's like a tie between Jagatai and Dorn. Based options. So based. Jagatai is such a based option. Dorn is also awesome. Like, don't get me wrong. It's just... He's a bit more popular than Jagatai. I think Jagatai is criminally underrated as one of the coolest Primarchs. But I do love Votann. I just wish they had more lore and stuff. Well, they recently got a crap ton more models, but I agree on the lore side. They need more lore. And I mean, more models would always be nice too. But they did just recently get a pretty nice summer wave, which is exciting because Votann are sick and deserve more love. Oh boy. I really wanted to play this game, but my headache is like terrible. And I wonder if my brain is even qualified to do this right now. Just letting this tank get eaten alive. Let's send him back home to get repaired. That's not creepy at all. Come on, let's wipe these. Jagatai is the smartest in my opinion, apart from G-Man. Yeah. Well, he certainly had the most common sense. That 100% does qualify as smarts. But you get what I mean. You know, like he was just the most flat out honest and nonsensical, which amongst the Primarchs is a superpower in and of itself. If you want, I just recently bought a World Eaters army, and if you're interested, I can show you. I just need to make sure that I'm not dying horrifically. Oh god, I remember this mission. It was annoying. Oh yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not... It's very spread out, which the layout looks like it's going to be a challenge, but it's been a little bit since I played the game. And I'm kind of bad at it anyway, so even just a couple days off practice is enough to be significant. But besides that, like, I'm a tad rusty. Just a tad rusty. But I've only just started, so I don't know. I need to get a feel for it, but the layout does look like it's gonna be a pain because look at how weirdly you can't see where I'm pointing. On the screen, it's very weirdly spread out on the minimap, and it's gonna be interesting to figure out the layout. Apologies if I speak in tongues every now and then. I have a tiny bit of a migraine right now. I don't exactly know why. It's annoying. I need to get some heavy weapons. What am I doing? Get some plasma guns going. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Nice, nice. My defensive guardmen are doing great. Why the hell are there just defilers crabbing about? What in the actual hell? Holy shit. This is a big boy mission. Okay, I need to focus on, like, actually getting my backline over here set up. Drink much water today? I have been drinking water, but I need more. I always say on stream to stay hydrated. I've been drinking water pretty consistently throughout the day, but I still feel very dry, which is peculiar. You're getting a little low. Let's send you back. Hello? What the hell? Can this defiler not defile? All over the place? I feel like I'm going about this all wrong. My Inquisitor's just sitting over here doing nothing. Oh my god. This is terrible news. I'm inting all over the place. Hello.
For the Inquisition. The Inquisition will destroy you.
That's not what I'm gonna do. I didn't want to cancel my reinforcements. Thank you very much. So many of those crab things. This mission is hell. Yeah, I'm starting to see what you meant. Gosh, how do I do this properly? Ugh. Well, I'm getting these relic points. As long as I capture the relics, I should be okay. Right, guys? The answer's no. But do not worry, men. 4 dreadnoughts are here. Well, they're about to be. You beautiful beasts. Who the hell's running through here? Okay, Mr. Inquisitor. Yes, Mr. Inquisitor, I need you. Mr. Inquisitor, what are you doing? Oh, it produces things. Uh-oh. Got a bad feeling about this sheep. You should throw down listening posts, by the way. Yes, I do need more listening posts. I threw down 2, and then my brain called it a day. Here. I bet a servitor will survive a trek out here. Right? Wink, wink, wink. Senor Dreadnought! Can you walk over here, please? Another Defiler! Where are you pulling these out of? Actually, don't answer that. I gotta move my guys so they're not just sitting here taking Defiler back shots, please. Freaking weirdo. This guy, I don't want to lose another one this quickly. Alright. I swear, the other day I was better at this game. I also play Total War. You ever seen any Total War stuff? That's a game I've played a little bit too much of. They just have production facilities everywhere. Oh my god. Actual hell. However many vehicles I'm sending, I need more. Kill all these bastards. Let's get some of those plasma guns in here. Okay, is the listening post done? Yes. Well, you know, actually, wait. Let me get that servitor back to home base, and then I have another servitor over here, don't I? Well, one right here. I have a couple right here. Oh, I don't have another one over there. What am I doing? Alright, we took care of this production facility. This guy's about to die. I don't like that. Lamau Defiler backshots. Yeah, man, I played like 1,000 hours across all 3 games, like 900 hours of Dwarves too. Oh yeah? That's sick, dude. Are Dwarves your favorite faction? Or are you saying that as a separate game? I might have misread that. My Space Marines are just getting slaughtered out here. What am I doing? Twan. I can't play this game, Twan.
Destroy you.
I still don't have this captured. Oh, brother. This guy stinks. Just destroy the shit out of that Defiler, please.
The Inquisition has arrived.
The Inquisition has arrived. My Inquisitor most definitely died. Defiler destroyed. Next to your minimap, there's the next builder unit button. Looks like a cog. Oh, yeah. Thank you. What the fuck is... I have more units over here. I wish I just actually looked at the minimap. I wish I played the game properly. I have many wishes. Well, I have Terminators. That makes me feel better about life. I'm just gonna keep letting these Hellfires just kind of go to town and stuff that they can see. These Space Marines are taking another 3 centuries to capture something. Is that my beloved captain? Don't stop capturing the thing, please. Men, you are the single most valuable unit I have. I need you to not die, please. There's not a lot of chaff that I can see. I'll get an upgrade for the assault cannon. The reason why I mentioned the chaff thing is because of like flamers. I think of like guardsmen and large horde. There's not been too many cultist incursions. Let's meet them. They just arrived? Ah, okay, okay. That makes me feel a little bit better about myself. When he said the Inquisition has arrived. Oh. See, Migraine Brody is not a very smart Brody. Migraine Shaker forgets how to shake sometimes. Anywhere else I can put a listening post? Oh, soon. Okay, gang. We need to mobilize. Oh, no. Now I need to focus on 2 portions of a battle. Oh, I'm going back to old brain rot? That's great. Okay. I'm happy for you. If it's Ohio, Skibidi Toilet, or the Sigmas in their prime. I see. Oh my god, I'm like, I switched from using middle mouse button to move my camera to, like, direction keys, and it's bothering me. We're sitting at 3 viewers on Twitch. Holy shit. We're popping off. These guards know I'd be fucking dead. Hey, could my Leman Rush stop annihilating? Ah, you know what, friendly fire guards think you should. Let's just blow up where they're producing all these soldiers. I'm tired of this crap. Screw your plasma generator too. Let's beef up the numbers on this Space Marine squad. Oh my god, they just massacred them. But they're dirty chaos worshippers, so they deserve it. Is there points to capture over here? In my imagination, you are Sussy Baka all the time. Sky? Why? Why would you say this? You need help, my friend. I didn't capture that. I didn't see that there was... Oh, those
Reporting for
servitors
duty,
just got
sir.
Massacred. That might be a problem. That might actually be a really big problem. Well, no listening posts over here anytime soon. Oh, well. You know what? Let's go meet up with the main force. This might not be the smartest way to move all of my resources, but you just failed another chem test yesterday. Might be fried. Oh, buddy. Were you just not ready? Did it surprise you with some out of the blue questions? What happened? Break it down for me, play by play. But the questions went beyond the homework. Oh, I see. Actually just mowed through right now, which is insane. Super awesome. Totally tubular. All right. Everything looking good. Stream looking positive. No drops in quality. Good, 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 good. How did I do that? How did I turn the camera angle? Weird. When I tap back in, my camera angle swung. Just a couple. Just a couple of man. Alright. Let's meet up right here. Uh-oh, these guys are so dead. Not my men, them. They're like so gone. Okay. Well, wait, you didn't take that? Why didn't you take that? We still have these, right? Okay, good. Nice. Alright. Well, let's go down here and see what's going on.
Ready to serve.
Hey lads, let's go stop that. Yeah, you're not keeping that point, bud. I'm gonna need you to back off. Let's go. I'm just trying to see if there's any production facilities down here. I lost a strategic point to the enemy. Which one? Well, that don't make any sense. Oh, that one. Of course. Ooh, and they can't recapture it for me. But they can. What little dots of green do I got over here? Ah, let's get them up. Let's get you guys moving. Let's get some rockets moving. Oh boy. Another great stream. We got some new people in here chatting about Warhammer. We're playing Dawn of War. It's a good day. Good day. Wow, these Terminators are really fucking up. Beat his ass. Beat his ass. Capturing points takes so long. Oh boy, leaving my back completely exposed. Smite this off the face of the planet. This one's no longer wreathed in gold. I'm gonna assume that means that we no longer have it. I hated this mission. You get all 4 points and they just go and retake the one you aren't at. Yeah, spread too thin for Space Marines. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that a little bit, but I think I'm about to fix this issue permanently. I hope you're having a good evening, Grinkerson. It's always super cool when a new person starts hanging out and chatting, so I just want to say I appreciate it. But it is super nice to see a fellow Jagged Eye and Dorn appreciator in the wild. Wildly slept on. Oh. Actually, fun fact, I guess. The first Warhammer box that I ever purchased was actually a oh, this is all that's left. Oh wow. Was actually a Imperial Fist combo box that they released for Christmas. And by they, I mean Games Workshop, of course, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it was an Imperial Fist box, and I was super happy with it. And I made my own little Imperial Fist character, and did up all the heavy intercessors and everything. I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
The relics have been secured, but the fight is not over. We must give the Inquisitor time to penetrate the Chaos Sorcerer's foul enchantments.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So I have to hold all 4? Ah, frick. Everybody's gonna mobilize to the effort. I'm gonna try and spread out, again, like you were just saying, Grinkerson. I'm gonna try and spread out my things way too thin. But we gotta do it anyway. Let's get some stat blocky dreadnoughts up. Get some more Space Marines going. That's more than enough to defend that single point. Let's get you across the way, too. Oh yeah, one of them's a heavy weapon team, sweet, so this is gonna be a waste. You can actually take them out in a reasonable amount of time. He's dead. Good. Let's send you back home, actually, so we don't just lose this resource. Let's move this dreadnought over here. Okay, I think I have a reasonable defense on all 4. This one is the most lacking, but I'm sending them. It's in the process. The defenses are in the process of getting reasonable. Oh yeah. Did we win?
Sindri! Sindri! Lord Bale. The ritual failed to break the protective seal guarding the stone. But then, I already anticipated it would not work. In fact, I counted on it. We require a larger sacrifice. It is time. Leave him. How dare you, sorcerer! My lord, never forget all power demands sacrifice. Thank you for yours.
Wow, really just got sashimi'd up right there.
It is as I promised. Yours for the taking.
Egghead's just falling right into his hands.
Old friend?
Oh man, what a stab in the back. That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. Okay, here.
I
Just quick
first
pause
met
while I
the
go to the bathroom.
librarian Isidore.
I do wish there was a Tau or Necron's focus campaign. That is really true. I think that there's a Necron focus campaign in the second one, but I know what you mean. Or is there one for is it this one that I'm thinking of? I know that one of the two Dawn of Wars has a Necron's campaign. A stab in the goon, you could say. Exactly. Here, wait. I'll be right back, guys. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom really fast. There an enemy in one mission? Okay.
When I would.
You would know better than me. Yeah, but Soulstorm. Maybe there isn't a Necron's one actually in the second one.
The Chaos Marines retreated to this
Yeah, I think
city
I'm
and
off my
entrenched
rocker.
themselves. Whatever is to happen will happen here.
And the good captain.
I would call him starved for vengeance. but my words are inadequate to encompass his fury.
God damn. I'm gonna lower the volume just for myself, not for you guys. So it should be still the same volume for you guys.
Make ready.
I hope
We
it's
have
okay.
wasted enough time and
But I
suffered
can
for
lower
it.
myself,
Agreed.
so
But
it's
we
a little
knew
easier
nothing
in
of our enemy
my head.
or his intentions. Bale was someone's pawn. Sindri, he called him.
Sindri is not my concern. Isidore is. He has fallen, and he will find me at his doorstep.
Now you know the full weight of my original concerns. I must admit, I was surprised that it was Isidore who succumbed.
I know. You suspected me.
It takes either steel or rot to willingly condemn your own world, your very family, to the torch. I sensed the seed of chaos in your midst, and you seemed too eager to uncover this planet's secrets. But
can
I
see it
was
from
so
his perspective.
certain the taint stemmed from you that I failed to notice its true source in Isidore. I was wrong, Captain.
We will
it's nice that
discuss
you
the
admit it.
matter another time, Inquisitor. For now, we have an enemy who demands our ministrations.
You allowed me to
Oh,
take the stone. You were true to your word, and for that you are a fool. Better I keep the maledictum with me. You are too weak to stomach its gifts. And now I will use its power to destroy you.
Lord Bale was likewise foolish in believing me defenseless, believing himself in control.
Wait, real quick, my apologies. I just realized I don't have YouTube chat up, and I don't want to like accidentally ignore anybody. Is YouTube stream doing well? Hey, you know, we got a couple viewers. That's good. That's great. Okay.
Make it stop! The orcs thought more of their abilities than they did of me. But I relied on their
You've been
arrogance
ignoring
and
me?
my
No,
benefit alone.
I literally read out the 3 messages.
Please!
And you said, "Oh, Guardian."
You, however, you hold promise. And for that, I should let you die before you prove too great a threat. But I have invested too much effort into you. And
I'm a slime, yo bitch
century to
ass.
prepare, it would still be too late to stop me from achieving my glory.
I didn't read one random,
Now
like,
I must prepare.
a message of you emoting or
Attend to
whatever.
the captain's demise.
And that gets
You are
knocked out.
capable. What makes you think that I will do your bidding?
You have little choice. Your captain is quite tenacious. You more than anyone know that.
Sorry, man.
You
No,
will
it's all
have to
good.
deal
It
with
happens.
him, and that benefits
School's railing me. It happens.
Oh, and thank you for delivering the maledictum.
But thank God you have
You
Shaker
cannot abandon me
streams
now.
to wind
Oh, but
down
I
to. Huh?
can, and I do. At least I leave you in good company. Now, prove yourself worthy. Go, spill the blood of those who were your brothers.
Brother, enjoy school while you're
Spill
there.
the
Life gets harder.
Blood for the blood god.
True that. True that. Oh. Nah, I'll be chilling. Shaker making it big for us. You betcha, man. 100% partner. Let's see. All right. Need more strategic points. All right. Well. I'll mobilize my fighting force to gather more strategic points. This bigger one, this more prepared one, I'll send this smaller one over here to continue covering this one. Then this bigger one will go over here and capture the requisition point. I'm very keen for Dawn of War 4. Have you seen the trailer? Yes, I have. And I am also very keen. I'm excited to see how it goes. It looks cool. It looks like majorly modernized Dawn of War, you know? Good looking graphics, interesting seeming mechanics. But I don't know. These brief glimpses, I need more, you know? I need to see more, hear more, smell more. I don't know. Yeah, that you sent. You son your bitches. There will be Space Marines, Necrons, Orcs, and AdMech. Just start. Yes, I also hope that we end up with all races. I think we're more than capable of doing it now. So I'm excited to see how that goes. My requisition capturing force needs more cover. I don't know what any of this means, Sky. I gotta check out Twins. Homework calls my name. See you later, Sky. Agreed, but the thing I've heard most commonly about is that it's back to Dawn of War style, Dawn of War 1 style, which I'm happy to hear. Yes, I am very excited to hear that. I think this is going to be huge for the game. I'm thinking in your my twin. Yeah, gotta let the brain rot. Thank you, Sky, for all you have to offer to the stream's chat. It really wouldn't be the same without you. Who the frick are you guys? That's a interesting looking possessed. That's actually a pretty cool design, I'm not gonna lie. Why the servitor, you jerk? What do you ever do to you? Besides be awesome sauce. Okay, go build a listening post. I'm very, very excited for Dawn of War 4. I think we're more than capable enough at this point to have all factions, which I think is going to be phenomenal. And then I think that the Dawn of War 1 style is going to be huge for the game. Because I've only briefly played it, and not even that well, and I've been enjoying it quite a lot. I don't know if it's fair to say that I love it more than the Dawn of War 2 one, just because I want to give Dawn of War 2 more time. Because I only tried it out very briefly too, and honestly, after I finish this one, I'm probably gonna go and play Dawn of War 2. I might follow the campaign over there and make another gaming video on Dawn of War 2 and ship that out, because I've been enjoying this one so much that I bet 2 is probably going to be similar. I know the gameplay is very different. I remember the gameplay being different, but still very enjoyable. I got a heavy weapons increase. Why can't I? Oh, I need the monastery. We need more power. More. It's like a year away, at least. Yeah. Actually heartbreaking. There were what looked like Votan Ironkin in the trailer. I didn't notice that, or maybe I did, and I just can't remember off the top. Either way, that's awesome. That's super cool. I'm thinking it's very reasonable to request / demand that GW add all factions, but opening with AdMech, Space Marines, Necrons, and sorry, and Orcs. I think it's a very strong opening. I think that's really cool. I need those. Listening post upgrades. I failed to capture a relic. I was just anticipating it too much. Purge all the heretics yet? I'm trying. I am trying. There's still a couple weaseling through the cracks. Yeah, I found 2 alright. 3 was just whack, in my opinion. I haven't played it yet. I think I will try it, just for the sake of getting my own opinion, but I've only ever heard horror stories and, like, a train wreck. But, like, every single time I see gameplay, it seems interesting to me. But I don't know. I need to try it out and see how I feel about it. Because actually playing the game and then versus just seeing someone else's opinions are 2 very different things, you know? I don't know. Agreed. No reason we can't have them all. Seems a waste not to. Right. How you doing, Cold? Back from gym, how you be? I be great. I'd be pretty darn good. I've had a good day. I am feeling pretty good. I mean, I've got a pretty gnarly migraine, I'm not gonna lie. So that's got me feeling a little raunchy right now. But besides that, everything's doing pretty good. But I've had a great morning. Good start to my day. Was cleaning, being very productive, you know? Getting work done. All the good stuff. Each race gets like a 20 mission campaign, I think so. I hope DLC races will get their own campaigns too when they come. Oh, 100%. I hope they come with campaigns as well. Yeah. I think that's the great part of things like Dawn of War. The campaigns and the personalized stories for each of those races I think is really sick. It'll be exciting to see what I hope is every single race get their time in the limelight.
Your camera's lagging behind.
No, it's just the Twitch.
Oh, it's just Twitch.
That's just normal latency, honey. Did I get this point? Yes, I did. You know what? Let's just secure this flank entirely. That'd be sweet. How's food going? Yeah, okay. I'll check on it in a bit.
By the Emperor,
Prob has delay, so no one
what
can
foul
screen cheat
demon
and
has
not
he
using the AI.
summoned?
Exactly.
To me, brothers, let us
No-
send this
no one will
spawn
ever-
back where it belongs.
Excuse me. You're interrupting me. I've lost the relic to the enemy. What the? This is terrible news. Completely and utterly unprepared for this. Run, little man! Get him, listening post. I'm guessing a corn demon? Yes, the bloodthirster. Not just any corn demon, a greater demon, which is pretty crazy. But it's dead, because it sucks, and he's lame. And I'm a named Space Marine. So guess what? Power scaling matters not here. Because I have to survive in order to sell minis. Plot armor for the win. Exactly. BRB going for some lunch. I hope you enjoy your lunch. Kriegerson, thank you so much for hanging out, you know. Not that you're leaving, you know, but you know what I mean. Let's get that slapped down. There we go. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Got any interesting facts about Tyranids while I cook? Any interesting facts about Tyranids while I cook? I know I do somewhere in my noggin. I'm trying to think about something that we haven't discussed before when you've asked me about Tyranids. Did you know that the Tyranid hive mind has a grudge with a specific Space Marine Psyker? I can't remember the exact details of the story. It's like in my head vaguely, but it's difficult to remember honestly right now with how my head's ringing. Like, I'm enjoying the game. This is actually very relaxing for me. It kind of helps me out, but like it is also, I still do have a migraine, you know, so my brain's a little bit scrambled. It's a little sad. But the fuck is that? But the Tyranids, there's this Ultramarine Psyker called Tigerius, and he encountered the hive mind and its like psychic influence at one point, and he actually managed to shock it back, and it was extremely upset. The hive mind held a grudge ever since, and very, very much hates him. Oh boys. I don't know if we can get there in time. Is he the one that can't stay dead? Is that a proper way to describe Tigerius? I don't know. I don't know if we're thinking about the same one. It's been a really long time since I looked into anything about Tigerius. Otherwise, all it has to do is wait and outlive him. Well, yeah. No, but I mean, Space Marines last for a long time, which makes it a type more tedious, and it's not necessarily scared of him. The hive mind just has a grudge against him. He doesn't. The hive mind doesn't like it very much at all, which I find funny. The concept of this like omniscient hive mind having a grudge, like it's upset or throwing a tantrum. You keep buffering for me, could be me. I'll double check bitrate on my side right now for you. Twitch is giving me the okay that I'm doing alright, but I'll double check and see if there's anything I can do on my end. Bitrate doing okay? Have I dropped any frames? Yeah, my Wi-Fi's doing okay, yeah. On my end, I'm doing okay. If it happens again, let me know. I'll keep a very specific eye on... Didn't the Emperor psychically bitch slap Nurgle? Is that the same principle of insult? Yes, it's along the same vein. Now, of course, the scale of the Emperor bitch slapping Nurgle's domain and setting fire to the garden is larger, but Tigurius did fuck with the hive mind in that specific tendril, I should say, that tendril of the hive mind. And so yes, that's very similar. I didn't know about the fire. Yeah, he set fire to the garden. That's a long story. Ooh, it's a long story, but Guilliman gets beaten by Mortarion and basically kind of dies during their fight. And he gets resurrected by the Emperor, and the Emperor possesses his body, bitch slaps Mortarion after telling him that he could, like, be forgiven if he just allowed himself to be forgiven. And then he bitch slaps him. Then he goes into Nurgle's domain through the portal, which all the forces are pouring out of. And then he, does he go through a portal specifically? I can't remember the specific mode of travel, but he gets to Nurgle's domain, and he fucks up his garden all over the place, and Nurgle gets extremely upset, and he actually put Mortarion in the timeout corner for a long time. Tentacle. So how big of an entity is holding grudges? Is the Tyranid boss or one of his generals? So the thing about the hive mind is that it's not connected to a single organism. The hive mind is more like this hyper powerful intelligence that is directing all of them. Now, whether there's like a Tyranid queen somewhere, that's not really a thing. That's never been discussed. That's not even really been hinted at, as far as I'm aware. The Tyranids are just controlled by something of almost a god-like presence. Because like entity suggests like a physical anchor, right? But he is comparable. It's like the hive mind, it is comparable to something like a dark god in the warp, but he doesn't inhabit the warp. He is genuinely just some kind of psychic or otherwise like biological energy that connects all Tyranids, and that entity, that presence controls all of them. And so it's less so of a specific organism called a Tyranid that's holding a grudge against Tigurius, and more so the intelligence that controls all of them. But like, it's not so much of a grudge that it will direct itself off mission or something, but whenever they do encounter each other, it remembers that, and it's very salty about the fact that Tigurius bucked the hive mind off his back. So it doesn't affect his logic and actions? No. It doesn't affect him long term. It's more so just like a one-off, like they have a little bit of a history with each other, and it's led to some cool moments where like Tigurius will be looking into an ocean of Tyranids, and then in that ocean of Tyranids where they're all moving like a hive mind, of course, you know, there'll be like one Tyranid just staring at him because like the hive mind's just looking at him, and Tigurius looks into the Tyranid's eyes and he sees like anger or rage, or like he can sense it psychically, you know, because he's a super powerful psyker, like super powerful psyker. And so the hive mind will at times do stark behavioral changes, not like huge scale, just one-off little things like a Tyranid in an ocean of Tyranids that are fighting, just staring at Tigurius. It was actually like a really cool moment, you know, to read about and think about in my head. That could be a funny point, provoking something out of the hive mind on purpose. It'd be amazing if you could do something like akin to like a rage bait or something with the hive mind. So it's just such a powerful creature. Actually, it's falling susceptible to that kind of emotional input. I'd be really curious. Destroy the traitorous librarian Isidore. Destroy all chaos. Got it. Oh yeah, here we go. That defiler came from over here. Bye-bye. Let's see, the Zerg are based off of them. They have some way to infiltrate, breed, and rebel on some level, take out the Overlord. They more or less lose. They don't like eating orcs. Yeah, yeah. So they can adjust, right? Take Biomaster, cycle it to make fireproof unit, take on the salamanders, right? Yep. A part of what makes Tyranids so dangerous is you kill them with one thing, the Tyranid learns the next biomass that comes out that they can deal with that thing better. So they can evolve on a super rapid rate. Which is powerful when each people seem to have their specialty. Yeah, exactly. Extremely powerful. Tyranids are crazy strong. Kind of why they're being set up as like the big bads, you know. And then they've been on and off the big bads of the setting, you know, depending on the lore and what's happening in that moment. these little... Oh my god, can you please follow what I tell you to do?
Inquisition will destroy you.
Capture this requisition point, please. Oh yeah. Holy shit. So is there anyone aside from the Necrons who specialize in fighting Tyranids? Like, I think I've heard of counter chaos people, but is there anti-bug people? Hmm. Not really, no. And like Necrons counter them in the sense that like you would think since they're not flesh that they wouldn't be like the best meal, but Tyranids like even siphon minerals and the like elements out of the air. So Necrons aren't really spared from that aspect of it either. You know, like I think they're slightly less appetizing for the bugs, but that doesn't mean that they're not a target, you know, and if that's what's around, then the Tyranids will still attack it and absolutely rob and strip the planet of anything that they have, including whatever tomb, you know, whatever lies in the tombs or resources can be siphoned out of that. But they do have hyper advanced technology that's good at killing Tyranids, you know. But no, there's no one that counters Tyranids because that's kind of the whole thing about Tyranids is that Tyranids don't get countered. Tyranids get countered once, and then they don't get countered by that same thing again. So no, there's not anti-bug people really. I mean, okay, the Leagues of Votann actually have a history of fighting Tyranids. I think I thought I remember reading that somewhere that the Leagues of Votann recently, like the Tyranids. Oh no, the Tyranid they got rediscovered due to the Tyranids, right? That's how they reintroduced them into the setting. The Leagues of Votann, I think, are pretty solid at killing Tyranids, but I mean, I don't know if they stand out amongst anybody else. You know what I mean? Like everybody's a little solid at killing Tyranids because everybody has to get solid at killing Tyranids or they're gonna die. You know, so. But some people are probably set up better than others. Like, who's the worst matchup for the Tyranid? Like, who has the worst time going into Tyranids? I wonder. Like, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think anybody else really specializes as much as Necrons do at fighting Tyranids.
The Inquisition has arrived.
Here we go.
The Inquisition will destroy you.
Oh yeah. Let's destroy this crap.
The Inquisition will destroy you. The Inquisition will destroy you. The Inquisition will destroy you.
Here we go.
The Inquisition will destroy you.
Let's capture these points.
Inquisition will destroy you. The Inquisition will destroy you.
Oh boy. Alright, we're doing well. We're trucking along. Kill his ass. There's him dead. Let's get some Hellfires in here. Oh yeah. Dude, capturing points takes so long.
The Inquisition will destroy you. The Inquisition will destroy.
These guys are dead. Freaking losers.
The Inquisition will destroy you.
Chaos forces have fully tainted this land. Destroy them all. Okay.
Inquisition will destroy you.
Any simple book recommendations for newbies? I got 3 Amazon credits lying around. I've heard good things about Gaunt's Ghost as a place to start. I just personally started reading it. I'm barely just a couple pages in, but I've heard that recommended a lot. I've also heard good things about Eisenhorn, the Eisenhorn series. I've heard positive things. Now, specifically as totally newbie proof, I don't know if I can't think. I don't know any books that are 100% newbie proof. But so Eisenhorn, it's an Inquisitor series, and Gaunt's Ghosts, Gaunts Ghosts. There's a lot of books in that series, I think. And I've heard that it's very, very good. I'm excited to start reading it.
Emperor's hands!
The Inquisition will destroy you. The Inquisition will destroy you.
Eisenhower might have listened to half of it. Oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's a very highly recommended series. I've always heard good things about it.
The Inquisition will destroy you.
Freaking tank.
Destroy you. The Inquisition.
Oh yeah. Everything is rather tanky in this game compared to other games. It is. Yeah, no, it is. It takes a second to take things out, especially if you're not equipped correctly, which a lot of the time I'm not equipped correctly, but you're not wrong. There's a certain level of tankiness to things in this game, to units in this game in general. That's higher than you would think. That is pretty cool, to be honest. It's fine if these guys rally here. I have a force accruing myself.
The Inquisition will destroy you.
Oh yeah.
Be careful.
Alright. See if we can finish this mission anytime soon. Yes, feed me more heretics. You fools.
Inquisition will destroy you.
Boy. How the hell did you get the I probably just... Yeah, I can't. Let's try and capture whatever points I can manage. Oh, my eyes are glazing over. Been wondering a question for months. Have yet to figure out how to ask it. Oh. What's the question? Oh. Yeah, let's go. Legitness. Make sure there's no other infrastructure around. We're just securing little slices of land for ourselves, inching across. I think this is going to be where they'll hold up the most, just by how clumped up all the things are.
The Inquisition will destroy you.
I need that captured immediatamente. Psyker power, unstable and whatnot, seems limitless if you have enough control. What are the limits of an expert? What are the, I don't know, standards? Because it feels like it falls into the same, whatever your plot wants category with seeing in the future. So there is a little bit of whatever the plot wants category, but there are physical limits. Like, there's only so much that certain conduits can handle, you know what I mean? Like Space Marine Psychers on... You buffered reading my paragraphs, still buffering? Oh, let's see. You're back. Okay, I'm looking at my kilobytes per second. Oh, wait, there might be a little performance blip. See how Twitch is looking. Oh, Twitch bitrate's looking fine. Oh, no, we're fine on OBS. Okay, no, we're fine. All my stuff is coming back green. If you say we're back, okay. It's more so about what is the conduit, right? Because, like, Space Marine Psychers are more capable than human Psychers in many cases, right? Right, the stronger the body, the more a Psyker can handle. Exactly, right? And, like, also the stronger the spirit, you know, because that's a really important thing, having the spiritual and mental ability to maintain control over yourself while you're basically opening your mind's front door to hell, because that's where the warp energy comes from, of course, you know? So, it's mental, spiritual, and physical tolerance to what you're about to do that predicts... those are the biggest predictors of what you're able to do. Buffered for like 10 seconds, I assume it's me then. Okay, I saw a little blip on my end, but just a brief one, and Twitch didn't seem to detect anything at all. So like a possible blip is what I should say. So it might be on your end, but I'll try and keep an eye on that just in case there's anything I can do to try and fix it. Every now and then, sometimes there's just spotty patches of Wi-Fi on my or your end, and there's just sometimes it's just best to wait it out a second. So just make sure, like you did perfect. Just communicate it and let me know so I can take a pause for a second and see what's going on. Ugh, my head. But there are some pretty insane ranges as to the like power scaling and limits, the upper limits of psychic abilities.
Inquisition destroyed. Inquisition.
Carrying away so fast. That was like 3 times longer than the other two. Oh yeah. That sucks. Got that guy. Let's go. I mean, we might as well capture this. Hey, honestly, you know what? I make so much requisition. Let's just go wipe these fuckers out. But do they have as much freedom as the Green Lantern from, say, the Green Lantern, provided they cannot handle summoning a demon by accident? Okay, so as much free... okay, I see. Not necessarily. There are bounds to the ways that psychic powers can manifest. And there's patterns to it. Could I lay out to you all the different ways? No, but like there are certain people that mutate in certain ways to have very specific psychic powers that other people do not have. There are some people that have natural ways that it manifests, almost kind of like a superpower-ish way, you know, where it's like they were born a certain way, but like no, it's not like Green Lantern levels of like if you can think it and you have the willpower to do it, it can happen. It's not like that. Could I give you the exact guide rails right now? No, I couldn't lay them out to you. But like I know I can pretty confidently say to you that's not like whatever they can imagine, you know. So long to capture points. Oh my god. get the things that actually summon units gone first. Because then all they can do is watch. I got distracted and left my burger in the oven a little too long. It got tiny. Oh no, not the burger. That poor Patty. Go make sure nothing's else over here. Not done yet. Let's go check these back walls. Okay. So StarCraft is based on 40k. Who are the Protoss? Eldar? That's a question. I don't know very much about StarCraft, actually. But I can look into it for you. It's always sounded very interesting. I just haven't gone around and looking into it. But are the Protoss like very snobby, ancient, and hyper advanced? Preferably in psychic ability, but technology also works because Eldar are ridiculously advanced in technology. Let's eliminate this threat. StarCraft has 3 races. Humans, known as Terran, Protoss, very advanced, and like triangles, Zerg, or bugs like Tyranids. Oh, interesting. Hello, I'm back. Hey, Crinkerson. Welcome back. I'd say Tower closest to Protoss. Really? I don't know much about StarCraft. This is out of my waters now. But that's cool. I'd say each race has an even amount of psychic abilities amongst them. Oh, really? That's interesting. Here. Oh, my YouTube chat isn't up. Here we go. You captured this yet? Sweet. Just keep capturing. What are the psychic abilities like in StarCraft? Terrans are like the Guard with smaller numbers, I think, and Zerg are obviously Tyranids. I have heard of the Zerg. Create a thunderstorm, for example. Oh. That's cool. Oh boy. Zerg. I watched a video the other day about a Finnish StarCraft player who beat all the Koreans to win a big tournament. They're the goats of StarCraft. Super interesting bit. That does sound very interesting. I forgot the guy's name now. If you remember it, let me know. Zerg have a queen that can hijack an enemy wounded command center, plant a vision parasite so you see what they see. Terran have a floating robot that can poison things or missile strike shields away. Oh. How interesting. Let me double check that there's no buildings back here. Just looked it up. It was Serral. Okay. I'll look into that later. I wish there was a faster way to catch objectives. Terran can also shoot nukes. Does humanity shoot nukes often? Well, often. Often might not be the right word, but often enough. That's for darn sure. I think Imperial humanity is beyond nukes, but I suppose an Exterminatus is nukish. Oh, we're talking about, of course, we're talking about Warhammer humanity. Yeah, I mean, we use very high-powered explosives, but I'm not sure if, specifically, the atomic variety. I'm not sure if they're technically nukes. Well, I would consider the fact that their results are similar, just on a much larger scale, is close enough. I typed and deleted the Empire, wasn't sure it was correct. Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. That's just headache things. I read the sentence and just like didn't put together the logic that I should have, because of course we're talking about Warhammer. Might be the thing that we've been talking about for the past 2 hours. So yeah, that's on me. There's so many points to capture. Oh my god. Empire is correct for sure. Imperium is just slightly more correct. Exactly. Imperium sounds fancier, which is why it's more correct. But the Empire, people use... Yeah, the Empire. That's correct. The words are wording properly. Aha, Imperium, yeah, exactly. More fancy. Exactly. The more syllables, the better. That's the rule in Warhammer. I take it you're pretty new to 40k? Like it so far? Absolute power. I googled Imperium. Let's see. Oh, my head. Tonight have been... Orcs have excellent lore, I agree. Completely agreed. Tonight I've been picking Shaker's brain about Tyranids. Yeah, that's a fun dynamic Cold brings to the streams, actually. He just always asks great questions about lore, and really in fun ways, too, that made me think about the lore and, like, test my knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, test my knowledge in a way where it's like, ah, man, like, how would that exact scenario work out? Or what are the rules behind X thing, you know, if it were to happen in lore, you know? That kind of, those kind of questions, I find them very fun. For monstrous orcs to goofy little belief magic, they're epic. Orcs are some of the best things ever. One of my favorite videos that I've made, actually, is just covering, like, the orc faction in general as, like, a fun little, like, greasy up if you're interested, you know, check out this video kind of thing. And I really enjoyed making that video because orcs are just so much fun. That's awesome. I love lore chat. So do I. Part of the major reason why I started streaming, because I was just, I don't know, I just love talking Warhammer and playing Warhammer and seeing and breathing Warhammer, you know? To the point to where, oh, thank you for following, Grinkerson. Thank you. That is very, very much appreciated. But I just love it so much that I want to share that with other people and maybe make a community around it. I don't know. There's not much else to it. Pretty obvious, you know. Simple stuff. But I think it's pretty cool. Turns out Psychic ability is not similar to Green Lantern from DC. Exactly. I'm glad that's what you took away from today's chat, DC. I mean, not DC. Cold. Can't even fucking read my chats correctly right now. Remember, everybody, drink your water. Hit. I think my best question is, what do you think about the Tau, benevolent race, all putting together in the same direction, or are the ethereal sus and doing some hormonal or mind control on other castes? I think that just looking at the timeline, the fact that Tau were like most species, primitive in their not dark ages, in their primitive years, you know what I mean, in their developing years, basically caveman Oonga Boonga years, and suddenly these ethereals appear and just get everyone to get their heads stuck out of their asses, and they all just rally together on what feels like on a dime, is unusual. Now, could they have just been that charming and laid out that convincing of an argument? Yes. But due to the nature of sentient and non-sentient life, because war is not only observed in human beings, I find that not impossible, but improbable. So I do think that the ethereals are most likely employing something. I mean, 100% the ethereals do something, and like some modern day governments, if something goes wrong, they sweep it up under the rug, you know what I mean, and use their complete and utter control of the caste system and the information flow in order to cover up or overexpose or overindulge or villainize whatever they want, right? I mean, we've seen this with Farsight. We saw this with the incident when the Geller Fields failed with the forced, like, rushed warp travel production. The engineers told them it wasn't ready. They did it anyway. Suddenly the whole ship gets stranded. Then everybody gets fucked. And, like, so, you know, and the ethereals did everything in their power to cover that up, which is kind of interesting, you know? And so these super benevolent, hyper charming people that can get an entire species to never do war, you know, over the span of thousands of years, also needs to have a CIA-like propaganda machine in order to make sure that they don't get ousted. That's kind of interesting. You know what I mean? Like, that's a little suspicious. I'm suspicious of the ethereals. I don't know if it's direct mind control, and I don't know if it's direct pheromones. I don't know which one is the better, more accurate answer. But I'm also not like,
You are a fool, Gabriel.
I'm not against the Tau
You know
being
you
just
are
straight
no
up good
match
guys.
for me.
I'm not one of those
Of
people
all
that
my
needs
brothers,
hyper
why
negativity
you?
in that
You were
faction,
stronger
because I know
than
that
this.
there's some people that are
I'm
upset.
stronger than you ever.
I did not mean to skip that cutscene. We'll watch that cutscene over again later. I'm not one of those people that's upset about the Tau existing because they're not grimdark enough or anything. That's not where I stand on it personally. But I am still suspicious of ethereals. Just because there's a few things that are too good to be true, and we know that the ethereals have covered things up. We know that there's espionage. We know that there's subterfuge. And Farsight could break away the further he got from the ethereals and the longer he was cut off. It was hinted at. So I'm very sus of the ethereals, 100%. I agree. I'm on Farsight's side. Farsight's side. Ethereals just sus. Completely agree. And Farsight is an example that Tau society can prosper without the ethereals. So again, I think the Tau can totally be good guys without ethereal pheromone shenanigans. I just think that the ethereals themselves, conveniently showing up, being this, guiding species. Sorry, this shepherd for the species and guiding them to some kind of utopia that conveniently their caste rules over. I appreciate relative realism over how dark a story is. I completely agree. I think the Tau are a fantastic contrast to the darkness of the 41st millennium. I think that the 41st millennium is the grimdark vibes are absolutely perfect, but I think having a purposefully young and slightly naive species and empire with optimism and oh god, what's the word? Idealism, where idealism is a guiding principle, I think is super awesome. The Tau fit into the grim darkness even with their optimism, in my opinion. They're a young and naive race, not used to chaos, and also they have no war presence at all. Yeah, no, exactly. This is what I was saying. Well, I completely agree. I think that they fit fantastically. I think that the Redditors that complain, I totally agree. A needed contrast. Thank you. The Redditors that disagree with that and just like absolutely shit themselves and demand Tau to be deleted just don't know how to world build properly. I think the Tau are a fantastic contrast to the game. But again, wow, that's wild. Almost my comment word for word, same page. Exactly. Crinkerson, you know what's up. But again, long term, that naiveness might not last. They could lose their optimism. Who knows what they might turn to? Exactly, and that's okay. That's a real reality as they exist long enough in lore. If the Tau begin to teeter, off this optimistic goal, I mean, that's a grim, dark reality. But I think the fact that the Tau were born with this being the representatives and being the much needed contrast for the universe, I think will always give them a place of value within the setting. I think it's a highly valuable perspective to have. Exactly, as they grow, they might come more into contact with the warp and chaos, etc., and become jaded. Yes, and some Tau have become jaded. So there are stories of Tau murdering the humanity portions of the Tau thing because they were worshiping the greater good as a god, and it began to manifest into a warp creature, and they witnessed it, and they were horrified. Or demons making them go mad, or stuff like that. There's plenty of really cool one-off stories of what happens when you take a naive like fire warrior entourage and they just don't know what to expect, and then they go through it and it's fucking terrifying, and then the ethereals cover it up or help them recover from it, whatever that means. You made this for me? Thank you, sweetie. This will be a wonderful dinner. Yeah. Because no matter how much I put the coloring pepper, it was just not hitting. Yeah. Good job, honey. Okay. I shouldn't be streaming for too much longer. I want to, but my head, it's hurting worse than it was before I started streaming. And so, I'm having difficulty even just looking at the screen right now. Or if Farsight fully separates, then they could have a massive civil war, which would change the course of their species. I completely agree. I think the prospect that Farsight holds for the faction is wildly fascinating. I think it's going to be phenomenal. I mean, just this conversation alone is making me want to make a Tau video. Or they make too many excuses for the Imperium to realize they're just mean and greedy. Right, right. No, I think the Tau have so many interesting ways that they can move. Yeah, I'm gonna move this to the chatting screen. I think the Tau are phenomenal. I wonder what would happen if Ethereal or Commander somehow got possessed. I know Korn is whispering to Farsight because he's great at melee combat. Yeah, and he's possessing the sword. The sword that prolongs his life. For the more he kills. Demon sword. That is really curious. The one thing that, I would love to see what would happen. Well, love to see. You got what I'm saying. It would be interesting to see what would happen if a Tau got possessed. But I wonder how much the warp presence of a being matters in the realm of possession. I don't know the exact correlation there. But I do know that demons are more attracted to bigger souls, of course. So would a demon spend its time, like even waste its time, trying to dominate a Tau soul? You know? Like, would that flesh puppet even be worth it? You know? Like, I wonder. Doesn't the size? Yeah, that's what I meant. The war presence, like the weight that a soul has, like that's what demon. That's. Lol, I was about to mention the soul. Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, yeah, I predicted what you're about to comment on. I wonder, but it would be interesting to see. But then again, I mean, Tau have less war presence than most plants. You know, you know what I mean? Like that. That's how little their soul, quote unquote, matters to the warp. Which is very interesting to me. I think it's totally fine. I don't have any qualms with it. I just think it's very interesting that that's the case with Tau. That a sentient creature can matter so much. Good point. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was like. It'd still be, you're right. It would be really interesting to see. And I think Farsight is the most under risk of that. But again, like their souls matter so little to demons that I wonder if that would affect the probability or even the want or need of possession from a demon. But I could see some interesting shenanigans coming out of that. If the demons somehow figured out how to expand their influence through the ethereal mind control, that could be bad. That would be crazy. So who has impactful souls aside from Scar? Eldar. Eldar have the most impact. Humans are second. Orcs are weird. Tyranids, no. Necrons, not anymore. Drukhari, same as Eldari. Tau, we've already been discussing. Obviously, nothing. Votann, I think, are similar to humans. Similar, if not identical. Who am I missing? I'm missing something. The Chaos factions, I mean, they're human. You know. No, I think that basically covers most things, if not all. Yeah. Eldari have the most impactful souls by a pretty wide margin, and then it's humans in second. Humans and Votann, I guess. Do Necrons even have souls anymore, technically, like in terms of warp influence? No. Their souls were consumed. Like, quite literally eviscerated and consumed. So any remnants of the soul, if the Catan had any way of recycling it or pooping it out, like it's nothing. It's wispy. It's just nothing. So humans are second, and they outnumber a lot of other factions. That's quite the impact. Yes, that is a huge impact. Humans are so numerous that they catch up to the Eldari's influence by quite a lot, because Eldari are going, well, they're not going, okay, they're endangered. Let's say that they're endangered. Admech is human-ish. I would argue that they still have a war presence due to the fact that, like, just because I give myself a cybernetic arm doesn't mean that I'm subtracting from my soul necessarily. But I totally get what you're saying. I would lob in AdMech with the human population though. Buffering, my bad. Are we back? Are we back? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Okay, we're good. They have an impact on mechanical things. That could be their soul. Yeah, no, 100%. Because of the fact that they have a soul, they have a human soul. Their unanimous belief in their dogma is what results in actual results. Results in actual results. You get what I'm saying? There's a better way to word that, but you understand what I'm saying. Can any human do that? Okay, let's see. Can any humans do that? Have the impact on things, or is the mech more external soul impact? Well, I would say humans do. Yeah, so the thing is, I don't think the AdMech and human, like Imperium, are distinctly different. They both have the same weight of a soul because they're all human. It's just that how many people do you collectively have believing the same thing for long enough is what creates results in the warp. So humanity, like Guardsmen all the time, believe about things about their las guns and what makes them work better, what makes them more efficient, you know. Like orcs. Yes, just like orcs. Just due to the nature of the psychic energy in Warhammer and how it operates, collective belief is what does results. Orcs have they work on a different network, but orcs are very similar. Yes. Do orcs have souls? Yes. They do have souls. Orcs worship Gork and Mork and have war powers, I believe. Yes. They 100% have souls. They have a tether to the warp. The thing that's unique about the orc soul and its energy, though, is that their tether is exclusive to Gork and Mork. The Dark Gods can't get their nasty little fingers all over it, and it pisses them off really bad. But orcs are exclusively beholden to Gork and Mork. That doesn't mean that they can't interact with the Chaos Gods at all, but their energy, in general, like let's say just 99.9% of an orc's influence on the warp is all going to Gork and Mork, and the Dark Gods might get a little wisp of it just by the nature of things, you know? But not because the orc is channeling it to them. That's for damn sure. That actually makes Khorne really angry. Because orcs are so good at warfare, you know. But all that bloodshed and all those skulls aren't going to him. What about orcs that go chaos? Still worship Gork and Mork? Orcs don't really go chaos under their own volition. Like, they are so hyper anti-chaos genetically that it's really, really difficult. There's been cases of Nurgle zombie orcs, but they don't really they didn't survive. They were undead and their corpses were being used as bombs. And there's been some interactions between orcs and Khorne, but the orcs weren't beholden to Khorne. They engaged with Khorne and fought his people, and they enjoyed it, but they weren't worshiping him. You know what I mean? Like there was an orc that it right now has a domain in Khorne's area where he just every single time he dies, he gets revived and he can continue fighting in Khorne's arena. But like even that, I don't think is necessary. Like I think Khorne is getting a part of that negotiation because his demons are the ones fighting him. You know what I mean? So that worship is going towards him. But that orc's efforts, I mean, Khorne disrespected him a lot. Just really, really respected that orc. But that orc is still Gork and Mork's property at the end of the day. I think he is a Catan shard that Big E fought and imprisoned inside Mars somehow. Oh yeah, yeah, the Void Dragon. Oof, my bad. Ooh. Dude, another Twitch follower. Let's go, baby. Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about. Actually, Crinkerson. He has there's an orc in in his specific little retinue. I can't remember how many, but I know for sure one that gets revived every day and just fights all day and fucking loves it. It's like orc heaven, you know. But it's just because Khorne did that because he respected the orc so much, not because the orc is really actually benefiting him necessarily directly by his efforts, you know. Orcish energy is very much exclusively Gork and Mork. Just a fan of his style. Exactly. It's honestly pretty sick. Doing good. Oh, look at that. We're at like 11 viewers right now on YouTube. Hey, everybody on the YouTube side, if you like Warhammer games, chatting, lore, make sure to subscribe. I'll be streaming like this for most of the week and uploading videos regularly throughout the month. But thank you for watching. Really do appreciate it. Oh, gosh. I'm enjoying this talk so much, but my head is throbbing so bad. I think I'm gonna take a rinse here pretty soon and wind down for the day. Thank you for following, Bacon Torft. Thank you so much for the follow. You are very much appreciated, my good friend. Bacon a Torft? I'm gonna call you Bacon. Never played Warhammer before? Well, waiting for Dawn of War 4. Hell yeah, brother. We were just talking about that a little bit earlier. Tuska Demon Killer, I think, is the orc. I think you're right. And thinking about buying Space Marine 2, I would recommend. I had a great time with Space Marine 2. Still do. I recently uninstalled it on my PC just for space reasons, but I've been wanting to play it again. I can't play it on stream very well. For some reason, my performance goes down super, super, super bad. Specifically on Space Marine 2. Which I don't fully understand why. Specifically on stream. Like, I can play the game off stream perfectly fine with, like, ultra settings. But low settings on stream, Space Marine still chokes. So I don't know what's going on with OBS and Space Marine 2. But I enjoy playing it on my off time. I would recommend it. There's also, it's not 40K, but there's also Total War. If you're interested in real-time strategy games, Total War Warhammer is amazing. Unless you already know about it, then, you know what I'm talking about. I do play lots of Total War. Cold is not lying. I'm a little bit addicted. But I've been playing more Dawn of War recently. And I play Vermintide on occasion. So that's pretty cool. I just love Warhammer in general. Teases us about 7 Days too. I've teased you specifically. And I just haven't gone around to installing it because I need to figure out my space. I'm kind of like maxed out right now. And so Maybe I'll get more hard drive space, honestly. In the next or over the next week, I'll probably take a Warhammer day off and just play other stuff. And I'll play 7 days then. And just hang out on 7 days for a stream or two. We'll make them long ones though, so we can actually guess one more. Wait, Crinkerson, I told you that I'd show you my world leader stuff. I don't have many. What's your fave Total War race? Oh gosh. I like a lot. I play things all over the place. I'm mainly a demon player. A part of me wants to say Nurgle. A part of me wants to say Tzeentch. I'm a bit partial towards the Empire. Winding it down to a favorite is super, super hard. But I'll keep it simple. I think that Nurgle's my favorite. You want to see how Tzeentch works? I'll play it. If you guys are interested, I can play Total War tomorrow. And I'll start up a Tzeentch campaign. I love Tzeentch in it. I'm scheming it. But there's so many races in that game that I enjoy. I don't particularly like elves. I haven't played enough dwarves to judge. Don't we all? That's a good one. I need to play more dwarves. To be honest, I that's the only race that I don't particularly like is high elves. I just don't like high elves very much. I'm dwarves or chaos dwarves. I'm seeing a theme. You are gonna rock the Votann when Warhammer 40k comes out, my friend. Here, I'm gonna go grab one model and my codex for World Leaders. Something about bulky frontline and shitloads of artillery and guns is so fun. Couldn't agree more with you. Well, here is my World Leaders Codex. It's beautiful, isn't it? I love this thing. I know it's not special. It's just a codex, you know. But for me, this is the official marker that I am a World Leaders player, which I'm very proud of. And very recently finished. Angron. Isn't this awesome? Isn't this awesome? I think this is so cool. You will make Angron happy if you follow and subscribe all Twitch and YouTube watchers. He's got the nails. Yes, he has the nails. You can see the wires coming out of the back of his head. Gives him a little bit of a headache. Probably about half as bad as the headache I got right now. Comment me in Discord. Imagine you're sieging an enemy planet from above. Yeah. What is sanity? I could see Shaker explaining bad guys. Maybe I'm biased, but bad guys are more interesting. If that isn't world leaders, please let me know. Yeah, no, that makes total sense. Like, yeah, world leaders are just making carnage, like wherever they go. You know. Now they're not they don't particularly enjoy ambushing tactics, but they absolutely will just cause carnage wherever they may go. You know. Oh my God, sick. Right? Right? He's so cool. He's so cool. He's so look how big he is compared to my hand. He's fucking huge. And now my buddy that owns Gilliman, I'm gonna absolutely rip Gilliman a new one with Angron. I've been waiting for this moment. All the Dark Angels players and Ultramarine players thinking that they're better just because they have a Primarch on the table and I don't. Well, now I do. I'm just a salty Salamanders player that doesn't have a Vulcan model to put on the tabletop. Okay, but we'll move past that. I fell to chaos and now I'm coming back as Angron. In the middle of constructing a couple more units. Kind of cool. I'm getting Lord Invocatus built. I got Karn over there. I also kit bashed a custom character. Let me grab him. Why does every other Primarch dominate the planet, but this guy get enslaved and nails in his head? Because he was jumped as a toddler by slavers and he didn't have much choice. Most other Primarchs, even the ones that had it a bit rougher, weren't immediately like trafficked, you know. Like Lionel Johnson was in the wild, yeah, with no one to help him, but he was in the wild. Like any Primarch giving time to whatchamacallits, any Primarch that was given time to settle in prospered. Even the ones that weren't necessarily like immediately introduced into society or given a high place of standing because of their unique status or anything. Shame, I felt like that at first, but it was the Emperor's fault when it comes to Angron. He was meant to be the empathy Primarch, and Biggie absolutely shafted him for no reason. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into that. But Angron got the pretty bad cards to play with, you know. He's a pretty tragic Primarch. But here's my Kit Bash character. You can't see his details very well. You know what? If you guys are interested, maybe I'll actually post some photos in the Discord and Instagram. But this face cam is too low quality to show off the model in full. But I took a bunch of different kits from both Age of Sigmar and 40k, and I kit bashed together my stalwart crusade character, Katamir is his name, and it's gonna be kind of cool. Refused to save his brothers on Syria, and even refused to follow Angron from helping, allow Angron from helping, who had it rougher than Angron. Yeah, Angron had it pretty bad. Angron had it pretty bad indeed. Here's Karn. Karn's kind of cool. Kind of awesome. Why am I showing it to the camera like this? It's like I've never seen a face cam and I'm just like, oh, look at it. It's so cool. But yeah, Karn's kind of awesome. I'm so excited to keep it. Khorne. I don't know Karn. Karn, the champion of Khorne. On the nose, maybe. But yeah, no, he's a traitor space marine that's very, very angry. I'm sure that doesn't get confusing. Never. One's a frothing maniac, and the other is the gods of the frothing, the god of the frothing maniac. You show up on my YouTube wall. Let's go. Sorry that I didn't see that message, Cold. My YouTube stuff is very slow sometimes. The pop-up chat is a little bit weird. But yeah, like, dude, you want to see a cool comparison? Angron, Space Marine. He's so big. It's so cool. I'm so happy. What about the guy the Tzeentch whispered in his ear so he could take Khorne? Oh, Skarbrand? Well, now he's Skarbrand the Exile. I feel bad for him. He rinses Guilliman when they talk about it at one point. Yeah. I think that Angron is a very, very good and well-written tragedy of a Primarch. Because you need a good few of those, just absolute Greek tragedies in the setting. And Angron's one of them. Angron is most definitely one of them. Man, YouTube discoverability is cool. I like how many people can just find it, and stick around. Yesterday we popped off with like 70, 80 views on average throughout over like the course of like 3 hours. Freaking crazy. Wow. Let's see here. Why the fuck is it when I scroll now, it's like zooming in and oh, reset. Can that go? Oh, I see. I accidentally clicked the wrong button. Angron is the only one that I can understand his betrayal of the Emperor. Yeah. Yeah, he's the only one with a legitimate excuse. Conrad. No, Conrad is in there too. Conrad needed help, and he wasn't afforded any. And he was given a really bad hand in psychic powers. But to be fair, Conrad also was a dick and made many decisions to prove himself right, even when he knew he was wrong. So he's less excusable than Angron, but I think he's pretty on the spectrum of understandable to not understandable. Conrad, while being like the worst of the worst thing that you could possibly imagine, it wasn't all entirely his fault. You know what I mean? Like, there's the mental illness argument, where like, yes, he's responsible for his actions, but like, he is mentally ill and wasn't helped, and the Emperor knew, which you could argue Angron was forced, like a forced lobotomization, but I feel like it's a little bit in the same vein. I could sympathize with his greatest worshipper, Gilgamesh. Conrad is just insane. I mean, that's a fair argument. Maybe he is just insane. I mean, no, he's definitely just insane, but you still get my point, like, I still can feel a little bad for the insane guy for being insane, Oh, boy. Well, I'm really glad you guys were here to hang out. This has been super cool. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Have been enjoying it. I hope my gameplay wasn't too agonizing to watch. I don't know. I guess just a little bit of a temperature check. I honestly wish Lorkhar stayed loyal. Wordbearers had such a sick aesthetic. It's a shame they're like basic as fuck Chaos Marines now. Totally get you. I think Lorgar is an underrated, super, super, super underrated. You know what? You want to talk about someone who is pretty valid in his betrayal of the Emperor? Lorgar, they're not valid. Lorgar isn't valid, but I can sympathize with Lorgar. You got what I'm saying? Yeah, I get what you're saying. B, you could have helped him out. Yeah. Like, I think slaughtering his his absolute favorite world in the way that he did was over the top. I think that was way too much of an overcorrection. Sorry, I'm just enjoying this. Oh, no apologies. I know, no. I when I need to bow out, I'll bow out. Don't worry. My migraine is getting slightly better. And what time is it? 7:23. I'll clock out at 7:30. No worries. We got a couple minutes. No need to apologize. I think Lorgar is super cool, and I love the Ward Bearers. I just think that you're right. They have been almost consumed with just like the generic chaos Space Marines, like CSM, you know, like kind of in the same league as like Black Legion, which I think is pretty sad, to be honest. I think the Ward Bearers should be a lot more stark from the Black Legions. Lorgar was just, if it looks like a god and sounds like a god, why not god? Which is so fair, to be honest. Yeah, no, Lorgar is not fucking crazy for calling the Emperor a god. Have you seen the way the Emperor presents himself? Like, ever? You know what I mean? Like, the Emperor will be sitting upon, like, this mountain-sized golden throne with, like, lightning spewing out of his eyeballs and his mouth and his fingertips while he's saying, I am not a god. You know what I mean? And it's like, Lorgar looks at that and he's just like, well, obviously that's a god, you know? And it's like, yeah, of course that's a god. Who wouldn't call that a god? That's completely ridiculous. It was just weak-willed and failed to chaos so easily. Yeah, I think there was chaos set him up. So the Emperor left him too open to chaos. Now, not getting it, I don't want to get into the theories where the Emperor was like purposefully trying to set up the right sons to fail because a certain amount of the kids had to betray him. Like, that's a pretty solid theory, and there's a lot that shows that that might be very much the case. In lore, not just outside of lore, like abstract extrapolation, you know. But without getting into that, I think the Emperor left Lorgar too exposed, and then Lorgar was too set up for chaos to take advantage of his weakness in that moment. After having everything stripped away from him and being brutally embarrassed in front of his brothers, after basically devoting himself completely and entirely to the Emperor's vision, save the non-religious part. He just believed the Emperor was so amazing and so awesome, and he's a god and he's perfect, and I'm gonna create the biggest, bestest, most richest, safest shrine worlds ever in worship of him. And then the Emperor just absolutely destroyed his magnum opus, you know? And it's like, oh, God, that's so sad. That's so sad. Where do you stand on the Magnus did nothing wrong? He did everything wrong. He was told to do nothing, and he did that wrong. He was told to do nothing and screwed that up. Exactly. Walks in on the king of the planet, you should worship me, but I'm not a god. Exactly. Silly Magnus, he is the reason we can't have nice things anymore. Fuck Magnus. I love Magnus, but he was an arrogant, douchey, worthless prick since the beginning. He was good, he had a good heart, but his arrogance was so all-encompassing, and his ego and his insecurities were so all-encompassing that he would dabble with the warp despite warning after warning after warning from the Emperor, and even just directly laying it out, like how it works, you know? The fact that he was like, nah, I know better, and fucked everything up for us. What a jerk. Poor guy meant well, but just do what you're told. Or I'll send Russ again. Exactly. Sounds like I'm mixing Gilgi and someone else mixed up in an earlier comment. Yeah, I don't know who you mean by Gilgamesh. I mean, like, I know the tale of Gilgamesh, like the ancient tale of Gilgamesh, but in Warhammer terms, it sounds familiar, but I can't remember right now. And I have no hope of interpreting it because my dome is literally pulsing against my brain, my cranium. Also, hello, YouTube audience. I see the 12 of you watching, staring. You guys have been watching for a little while. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. Sorry, I gotta do the YouTube pleasantries, you know. I'm excited for the point where some of the YouTube audience is much more willing to chat, because I'm really, really curious to see how they find the stream, you know, so that I can access that a little bit more, I suppose. But I don't know. Now I'm just thinking about creator logistics. You guys don't gotta be bored by listening to that. What do you think about the Terminus Decree? Oh, Lord. I think it's interesting. I think the implications are interesting. I think it adds an extra layer of tension and coolness. Ha ha ha. Yep. Yeah. No, it's. I'm trying to be positive. I'm overloading positivity. I think it's an interesting direction. I think it could. I mean, it's probably never going to be touched on again, but it could lead to interesting plots. And it's an interesting responsibility for the Grey Knight's chapter shoulder. The concept, but it's also weird on top of being interesting. Like, okay, I'm gonna describe in my head when I first read it what I thought of to try and make it sound cool, because at first I was upset, but what I tried to like headcanon something together in my head to make it cooler. Imagine the Emperor before he goes on the Golden Throne, or the Malcador, the Sigillite, either way. Let's say Malcador gives the Grey Knights this decree, and he's like, I know that whether it's 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 years, the Emperor might begin to want to like get up and leave his post, but he's more useful on the Astronomicon. So what if the Grey Knights have to restrain him to it no matter how bad he wants to get up? Because it's like horrific torture being on that chair. So that, in my head, is an interesting concept. Or if the Emperor had given them that decree, specifically, which I think that's the original lore of the Terminus Decree, the Emperor gives them this order like, I know I might break in the future, and you have to stop me in case I try and get up. That's interesting. But on the flip side, I'm also kind of I'm weirded out by it, and I think it's disappointing that they just drops one of the biggest mysteries in Warhammer lore, just like that, so casually in a codex. That bothers me. I saw such a hectic theory that I'd like. Big E made it so that when the Grey Knights attack, he means for the Custodians to wipe them. That sacrifices like 1,000 powerful Psykers to the throne, awakening the Emperor. That's interesting. So kind of like what I was saying, but instead it's actually debating them into being sacrificed. But the one thing about that theory that's hectic is, why wouldn't the Grey Knights just sacrifice themselves anyway? There's no way the Grey Knights wouldn't just instantly murk themselves if the Emperor was like, yeah, it's time. I need you to be sacrificed to me. I have no idea what we're discussing. It's past my bedtime. Good luck. Good night, Cold. You seem fun. Followed you. Crinkerson's awesome, dude. So happy to have another awesome Warhammer nerd. A part of the community. Thanks, man. Have a good night. Yeah, but it's a debate, exactly. But, yeah, they probably would if they... Like, that's the only part of that theory where it's just like, but I don't see a reason why the Grey Knights just wouldn't. Like... But would they believe Big E can't tell them and Malcador is gone? Fair enough. That's a good point. And, I mean, being whispered by something Emperor-shaped in the warp, you know, depending on the trustworthiness of the delivery system. Yeah. I doubt they'd kill themselves if G-Man said to. Highly doubt it too. If G-Man was possessed by the Emperor again and told them, yeah. The Emperor has been getting more powerful lately because psychic powers have been on the rise ever since the Eye of Terror opening. So it's highly likely that he will be able to manifest himself in stronger ways, though. But again, we're talking about a lot of ifs. You know what I mean? Like, if the Emperor manifests himself in a trustworthy way and he tells the Grey Knights to do so, you know. But all that aside, the Terminus Decree is what it is, I suppose. And that's kill the Emperor if he tries to get up. Which I'm still very conflicted on. Because if it's like the Emperor knew his will would break and he would need someone to keep him in check, that's kind of interesting. But I'm still upset about the mystery being, I don't know, open so casually. To be honest, if Khaldor Drago comes back, he's powerful enough to take over the throne and solo the Chaos Gods at the same time. Yeah, honestly, just let Khaldor Drago take over. I think he could like judo, karate chop, and like drop kick all the 4 Chaos Gods and beat Gork and Mork in an arm wrestle at the same time. Fucking love Khaldor Drago. I know he's so ridiculous, but I love Khaldor Drago anyway. Just screaming in the warp fucking all the time. I fucking love it. Grey Knights are awesome, dude. A good day. We got 2 followers for the Twitch channel. That's kind of sick. That's kind of legitness. We had fun viewership on YouTube too. Look at them go. That's so awesome. I'm very happy with today's stream. How long we've been streaming? 3 hours and 1 minute. Been a fun stream, good gaming, and great chatting. Are you saying I'm a better talker than I am a gamer? No, but I agree with you. The chatting has been absolutely wonderful. Dawn of War, I'm bad at Dawn of War. I'm much better at other games. I swear my gaming will be more interesting to watch on other games. But this has been super, super fun. Me too, bro. Don't worry. Yeah, I see. You get it. And you know what? Maybe I really like just talking lore. Maybe we should do a just chatting stream and like paint while chatting lore. Or like build while chatting lore. What do you guys think? I think that'd be pretty cool, personally. What's tomorrow, Friday? I've done lore streams before. It's fun. Nice. Yeah, I think it'd be really cool. And then maybe I can cut it up and turn it into a fun video. Not to be lazy about my content on YouTube. That should be of a higher quality, but you get what I mean. You just bring up a bunch of art and articles and go through them. Yeah. I should do that a lot more. I should probably do that once a week. Honestly. Because I just like talking more. I make some infographics and stuff, so I do that while talking more. Awesome. That's so cool. I need to check out your channel, dude. Cool. Here, I'll drop you a follow. Bannerlord. No, that's based. I haven't streamed in ages, man. I should do it more. I would suggest it. I enjoy it. If you blow up faster than I do, then I'll piggyback and we can collab. But yeah, no. Deal. Hell yeah, brother. You know what, man? I recently got Tabletop Sim so that I could play Warhammer digitally, and that would be fun to stream too. And maybe if I set up this properly, I can actually have like in-person stuff, and we can stream those too. That might be fun. I want to stream and make content about everything Warhammer because it's what I'm passionate about. And I think I almost went big-ish off Lord of the Rings mobile game, but the company canned it after a year. So devastated. Oh, that's terrible, dude. I'm so sorry to hear that. That sucks. There's a Warhammer mobile game that's been popping off recently. Oh, well, shit happens. Yeah. Yeah, true. True. Hopefully I won't be, just as I'm beginning to pick up steam, immediately knocked off the wagon. But Warhammer isn't going anywhere anytime soon, so it'll be something of my own doing, like being too lazy and not posting properly. But I won't let that happen. I've been getting better about my posts and everything. Yeah, Tactics is alright. Portrait orientation is weird for that type of game, though. Yeah, that's fair. I wonder if... I just had a weird idea. I wonder if I could do like Tactica streams. Tactica streams on like TikTok or something. That'd be kind of weird. I'd be willing to try it. I might go to watch some of your YouTube. Oh, nice. Thank you. Yeah, no. Don't feel obligated. If you like it, that's awesome. If you don't, I am fully open to constructive criticism. I truly am. I made a first impressions like Dawn of War video. It was a really casual first impressions gaming video, and then everything else has been lore so far. Oh, there's one Darktide video actually, but the quality on that, like the actual video recording itself, is so low because my PC setup was a lot different back then. But no, it'd be cool to listen to your lore videos. Thank you, I really do appreciate that. Yeah, no, if you like them, please let me know. If you're interested in chatting more, by the way, off stream or during stream or whatever, I also have a Discord. You of course don't have to join. That's just where like people like me and Cold and a couple other members of the community hang out and talk occasionally. It's kind of quiet right now, but me and Cold talk there pretty often, and a couple other of my friends will chip in every now and then or want to jump on stream and play a game. So, exclamation Discord. I don't think I have a bot command in play. My bot should be doing that actually. Oh my god, I need to set up my bots properly. But yeah, here. I think I have it linked somewhere. I think I have it somewhere in my like about me section underneath the stream. But yeah, if you're interested in chatting more lore, you know, and just figuring out what's going on or what direction I'm heading or what games I'm thinking about playing the day of, that's kind of where I chat and just send stuff. But yeah. No, okay. It's 7:40 p.m. God damn it, the lore conversation and the chatting is just too fun. But I think it is time for me to rest. I thank you so much for the follows today, guys. Bacon, if you're still here, thank you so much for the chat. I hope you enjoyed. Crinkerson, thank you so much for joining. You've been a wonderful conversationalist. You're giving Cold a run for his money. Cold absolutely carries chat. But thank you so much. All right, brother. Have a great evening, man. Fun stream. It's been an absolute blast talking with you guys. I hope you guys have a good one. Thank you so much. I will see you all tomorrow.